Hi, everyone. Welcome to the final webinar in our series for professionals taking the bar this summer. I'm Khan, and this is my colleague Eve. Before we get started, we wanted to thank you all for joining us and watching the videos in this series. We hope we created a space where you felt supported through taking the bar during the uncertainty that is the COVID-19 pandemic.
I completely agree. Thank you all. And before we get into any of the content we have for today, congratulations on completing the bar.
Yeah, congrats, everyone. Studying for and completing an exam like this is a huge accomplishment. You all should be very proud and find time to celebrate.
So in this webinar, we're going to be offering suggestions for what to do while you're waiting to hear for your results and providing some resources that may be useful for those who have completed the bar.
Definitely. So, with that being said, while you are waiting for the results, consider taking some much needed time for yourself to go on vacation and do all the things you didn't get a chance to do while you were studying before the next chapter of your life.
Rewarding yourself for your hard work is so important and much needed.
Also, it's understandable that you may be anxious while you're waiting for the results of the exam.
Yeah, I remember when I took the GRE, I was so nervous to hear my results. I can imagine you all are anxious to get your results for the bar.
Absolutely. So, we thought it would be helpful to go over some coping strategies to manage any anxiety or stress you may be feeling as you're waiting for the results. Coping strategies are ways we can support ourselves in moments that feel overwhelming, scary, unpleasant, or uncomfortable.
Okay, so we're going to go over some short-term skills that you can practice immediately. Let's first start with breathing exercises.
Good idea. Breathing exercises are ways to slow our bodies down and help us relax during times of stress or worry.
So there are two main breathing exercises that we wanted to go over. The first is a breathing exercise that includes simply drawing out the length of time that you take to inhale and exhale. You can try breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 4 seconds. And repeat this as many times as you need to feel calmer and more centered.
That's a great one. Another exercise is called diaphragmatic breathing, otherwise known as belly breathing. This can help you fill your lungs to their fullest. You can place a hand on your belly and push your hand out with each deep inhale, noticing the breath traveling down to your belly instead of your chest. Remember to breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth.
Yes, so those are some great ways to relax your body. Another method you can use is sensory experiences. This includes utilizing at least one of your five senses and can include holding a fidget toy, some clay, a common object, or something that feels cold.
You can also use coping thoughts. These would involve something you can say to yourself in your mind or out loud that will challenge a worried thought.
So, some relative ones for achieving a huge milestone like completing the bar can be thoughts like, I did my best, worrying will be of no use to me. Whatever happens, I will be ready and adjust it when the time comes. I will not let worrying about the future ruin my enjoyment of the moment and celebrating my accomplishments. These are just ones that we came up with. Feel free to pause the webinar and think of a coping thought that addresses your specific worries and makes you feel better.
Those are all very helpful tips. Now, based on our research, we know you won't get the results back for another few months. However, we include resources for you if you did or did not pass.
Yes, so those are all linked in the description, and they include what happens if you did not pass, as well as next steps for if you did pass, such as looking for a job at a law firm or possibly starting your own practice.
If you're feeling anxious right now about what happens if you do not pass, it may help to look over the resources we have on what happens if you do not pass the bar. This can help ease a lot of stress or uncertainty you may be feeling and give you a better sense of control over the situation.
Yep, we also listed other resources such as job boards for those in the legal field in the description as well.
Perfect. So now we thought it would be useful to talk about some considerations for when looking for work during COVID-19 pandemic. Eve, want to mention some tips?
Sure, some things to ask yourself are you or is someone in your household at higher risk for COVID-19? Would you be working in close contact with other coworkers if in person? Would you be working in close contact with clients? Would your job require you to be vaccinated for COVID 19? Or are you and those in your household vaccinated? Do you have the tech capabilities and space required for remote duties? If in person, is there a possibility for remote work if cases spike? If remote, will the position become in person after the pandemic? And finally, if you're at higher risk of contracting COVID 19, is it possible for you to work from home?
Great. Thanks for that, Eve. Those are all useful things to think about when looking for a job. Looking for a job during COVID-19 can certainly be stressful, so we hope this webinar provides an opportunity for you all to think about these factors and consider them now before you step into the field.
Exactly. So now we want to talk about burnout and how to manage it if you're experiencing it, especially right now.
Yes, you can recognize burnout by the following symptoms of depersonalization, exhaustion, and reduced performance. It is important to check in with yourself and be able to recognize these symptoms so you can take steps to help reduce burnout and feel better.
So, based on our understanding of where you all are in your careers, you may be feeling burnout as a result of uncertainty and stress of being a recent graduate waiting for your results and looking to start your careers, and also just in general in the current climate of COVID-19. It is really important to have a work-life balance and set boundaries, as well as weekly goals to set clear expectations for yourself.
Definitely. If you do see yourself feeling like this, you can take the following steps to reduce burnout, including recognizing your limits, setting boundaries for yourself, making sure to take breaks, setting realistic goals, such as I will apply to 5 jobs by the end of the week or whatever you think is reasonable. And lastly, practice self-care and engage in activities that provide fulfillment, such as seeing friends, exercising, and whatever you enjoy.
Those are some great tips. It's also really important to practice self care during these times. As Khan mentioned, making time to take care of yourself by doing things you enjoy, getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising are all really important for your well being.
Yep. And if you would like more information about self-care, please check out our webinar for self-care, which can be found in this webinar series for professionals taking the bar.
So that's all the content that we have for this webinar. We wanted to take a moment again to thank you all for joining us for these webinars. We truly hope that we are able to meet your needs throughout this process and offer support in any way.
Yep. And here are our references. Feel free to check out any of these for more information.
Mhm.
And here's the email which you can use to contact us. You can find out more about the services we offer on our website as well as our Instagram page. And you all already know this, the YouTube page, all of which is linked in the description. If you found these resources useful, we will continue posting webinars in a similar style into the fall. So feel free to check out any that you think may help you.
Yep. And as we mentioned earlier, we've included information about COVID-19 in the description, as well as a link to our services where you can request a free individual check-in. We also have a lot of webinars and other topics which you can find on our channel as well.
The Center for Psychological Services of the Rutgers Graduate School of Applied and Professional Psychology, in collaboration with the New Jersey Department of Human Services Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services, Disaster and Terrorism Branch, offers this crisis counseling program through a Federal Emergency Management Agency grant. This program is brought to you through the New Jersey Hope and Healing Crisis Counseling Program.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching.